I know.
So now you're with the big boys.
Yeah.
Any big names like Bronson?
Yeah, Bronson, but he's a segregation man, and he's always in isolation. And obviously, I've spoke to Charlie a couple of times. That very intelligent, friendly, good to talk to, and everything. Saw a couple of his fights in Woodhill and Whitemore Block.
You saw him fight?
Yeah, I saw him with the Screws fighting a couple of times.
Oh, can you describe that?
In Woodhill in 90, when I had the affair with the lady, that would have been that period as well, when I was doing the merry-go-round, 95, 96, 97, 98, before Loudon. Woodhill Block with him, and hadn't met him then, and witnessed my first.
If you hadn't met him, can you describe exactly what he looked like seeing him first time?
He was just as stocky as he looks, but he's shorter. I was expecting him to be taller.
Did he have his moustache?
Yeah, he had his moustache. Yeah, full beard, Shaun. Yeah, very physically imposing and blah, blah, blah. Shaun, we've gone on the yard. I'm down the block in Woodhill, right? Because they're saying that I got off with a female member of staff, right? So she's been suspended. I'm down the block waiting. Charles Bronson's down there. So I've been hearing all the stories now. As a wannabe gangster, I want to say, yeah, I know him and all that and everything, and I'm believing the hype and the rows and everything.
Are you thinking of a way to approach him?
To approach him, but it was easy because he approached me because someone was at the window talking about that I'm one of the greatest lifters, and he was going, he goes, do you lift? He goes, yeah. He goes, a man like you shouldn't touch stuff, Yammy. And that was my first ever conversation with him. And we're in Woodhill, down the block. We've been talking at the window a bit. They let us, the yards are separate on the yard, Shaun. So he's out before me. So they bring him on the yard with all the shields and everything. And he's looking at them and it's all intimidating. And I'm looking through the door. I'm thinking, bloody hell. You know, I've only ever seen one person do it the way that he's doing it. So he's gone on that side of the yard with the door shut. And I've gone on the bigger one. Right? So we're having exercise at the same time. And he's telling me from the window, he's going, yes, Yammy, sweet. Da, 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 da. I'm going, yes, Charlie, all right, boy. Da, 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 da. All right. Very, very, very intelligent and talking. I said, what's the apple today, the score? He said to me, listen, what's going to happen today, Yam, is sorry to have to pull you into all this, but when they say to you, go in, off the yard, don't go in. So I said to him, yeah, all right. So I'm thinking, oh no, I've got to get in a tangle, Shaun. And so we're there now. I said, no, I'm refusing to go in. So they've got to go and get reinforcements and blah, blah, blah. So now they've come for Charlie first and leave me till after because he's going in. So I didn't know why he was telling me, Shaun. I don't know why, but then I realised he wanted a witness. He must have wanted a witness because he agreed to go out. And then when he come out, they was all there. He was looking. They were all nervous with their helmets on and everything. And he swung a left hook and a right hook and a third. And he reached the third shield and it was all over. So I watched all that. So I was expecting all 8, 9, 10 shields. And obviously, but it didn't go that way. But it went that way when I saw him in Whitemore years later.
Give us that one.
That one was through the door. Dinner time. Coming off the yard himself, and speaking at the window, and it went off, and they all got in a tangle.
When you say it went off, give us like blow by blow.
Right. What I saw, Shaun. So I'm looking through the gap in the door, right? So we're on the ones. He's come out. I have a phone call or exercise yard, because remember everything in Whitemore and that, everything's individual, right? Showers, everything, Shaun. He's come out. He's walking. So I monitor him coming from the yard or coming from the shower, and he stops and they're all there, and he went to say something. He said something nice, something polite, and then he just went bang, and then it all just went nuts. But they were ready, but it all went wrong for them, Shaun.
Like how?
He had luck because they done it wrong with the shields. He got past the third and fourth one, and then they were all toppling over. And he gripped on to one of the legs and things. So in fact, like I saw Gary Nelson do that as well. In fact, they have to make an agreement for him to let go.
No.
And walk him back, yeah. So he had them up that day.
Wow.
Yeah, so he didn't get wrapped up or boom, they had to stop it all in mid-fight and go, right, Charlie, we're going to let you with finger that and blah, blah, blah. So he was gripping one and they couldn't do
So that's
nothing
a
about it.
strategy that he employed.
And I've only ever seen one person do that, and that was Gary Nelson.
Are they the only two times you were interacted with Charlie?
No. I've been down the block with him in Long Larton as well, Wood Hill, High Down in the old days, and I think Armley or Hull.
Did you see him working out?
No, I never saw it. He used to tell me like he does. I say I do 1,000 reps on the floor, Shaun, burpees, tuck jumps, star jumps, and blah. But he's strong as in muscle, build, press ups, but he's not somersaulting or nothing like that, Shaun. I wouldn't say he's the all rounder like he's harder than me and stronger and he's more brutal and everything. But on a sporting aspect, you're not. You ain't the magic on a sixpence and banging it in the bottom corner. You're not leaping high with a basketball at 5'8" and dropping it in. You're not stepping over the badminton net in one stride. You know what I'm saying, Shaun? You can have a row. Yeah. And I rate you and I saw things and, you're better than me at that. But, what else?
So you had a good relationship with him?
Yeah, I liked him.
Did he have a sense of humour?
Yeah. But sometimes he says, like one time I was at the window, Shaun, and someone else was talking to me through the pipe, right? Another geezer that I ended up falling out with as well. Yeah, years later I got him, Shaun. I regret that as well now, but not at the time. But anyway, Shaun, he was next door and Charlie doesn't like him because he was in the Cat A's, he was doing a 20-something and they'd fallen out in the past and Charlie and me was talking. I was going, yeah, Charlie, and boom. He goes, I heard you won the thing the other day, the gold thing. Like I got, like my mum's got trophies and that, Shaun, from lifting and superstars and whatnot. I'm going, yeah, Charlie, it's been going well, boy. How's things been going? We're talking and talking and talking. He's gone, Yammy, take my number this time and write me, and we'll correspond. And I goes, yeah, all right, Charlie, I'll take it down now, right? So I'm taking down his details. So now we're going to get on a writing thing, me and him. And we're talking. And I said, listen, I'm going to give you a shout after. Right, Charlie, after tea. But I was getting bored at the window, Shaun. But I can't tell him, obviously. And then he's going like that. He's going, so he's gone away. Wayne said to me next door, yeah, but Yammy, he's going to have you at the window all night, don't you? I goes, nah, I ain't. I'm rattling. I ain't going to the window all night, like that kind of thing. And Charlie shouted up, is that CUNT talking about me, Yammy? And he was all the way down there. So he's had his ear at the window or whatever, listening. I goes, no, Charlie. He goes, Yammy, tell me if he did. I said, nah, he never, Charlie, never. He was just talking about something else. He goes, I swear he said something about you'll be at the window for hours. Can you fill in that? How did he hear all that? Shaun. I said, nah, Charlie, nah. But that was it. And one letter, I think, I writ him. And he writes a few lines back, Shaun, saying, yeah, all the best and greetings, like it's like a fan club, isn't it? Kind of thing.
Did you ever get a chance to see his movie over the years?
Yeah, but I didn't rate it at all.
It's a bit surreal, wasn't it?
Nah, it's not realistic, Shaun. It's possible to get lucky with a shield, Shaun, but the majority of the times you don't.
So you said Gary pulled that off with the leg lock. Can you describe that situation?
Yeah, scrubs. In an E-man suit. After the hostages at Horseshoe Road from Brixton to Scrubs, I'm down the block. Oh, yeah, Shaun. No, I robbed the whole wing in Scrubs. When they were going in the showers, I was going in there and sticking them up for the chains and all that, Shaun. Terrible time for me. This is whilst I was on remand for the robberies I got off. This was like the 94, 95, 96 period. Me and Gary Nelson down the block in the Double A Cats. Talking Gary, he was in the YPs with me briefly as a kid as well, and obviously I did love Gary, and my mate Bucky, Tony Powell, who's done documentaries on Channel 4. He's just got his book out, proper stuff in there. Shaun, it's the real truth. Another man who tells the absolute truth. tells you if he lost, tell you how it really went, whether he liked you or not, or whatever. But yeah, Tony Power, another hard man, turned his life around now, done 20 odd years straight and was in the thick of it as well. Yeah, him, me, Gary, him, I think a couple of other people anyway, was down the seg, and they've got me down the block, GOAD'd for bullying and robbing people at knife point on the wing, Shaun, in Scrubs, right? So I'm down the block, and during that time, they were the first set of screws to end up in prison because of the brutality in Scrubs. That would have been about the middle 90s. So all the ones that were down the block for me then ended up in prison because one of their own turned against them. They ended up with 3-4 years and that for the constant beating of him, mate. So one day they come in on me, Shaun. I didn't get my bread roll. I think I told the Dardis this as well. And Gary, another one who hears through doors. Don't know how he does it, right? Very flamboyant. Looked like a superstar to me, Gary, at that time with all the Rolex on and all the diamonds. And he was a double A cat. So my mate Roger Vincent as well. He was across the road for a shooting, a hitman thing. So we're there. They've come in, Shaun. Every day they're doing it to me, standing there. Hard are ya? Bully are ya? Boom, boom. I ain't answering. I'm just looking. So the dinner come, no bread roll. And I said, what, don't I get my bread roll? Because you're giving the sex offenders next door the rolls and you ain't getting nothing, really. But I didn't want to fight, Shaun. So I kept cool because I knew that I was outnumbered. I'm thinking, be sensible, Sam. You ain't going to win that, right? Gary's come out without telling me, with his nightgown on, all his jewellery on, and turned around and said to them, yeah, where's my mate's bread roll? They goes, Gary, now. He goes, no, open that door. Give him a bread roll. Give him my one. Give him one. Make sure he gets one. So I'm listening in like stunned disbelief. I'm thinking, and they're all circling him now. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of them. Oh, I could not believe what I was seeing. I've never seen nothing like this. Not from Bronson, not from anyone, Shaun. So he's got his nightgown on with his slippers on, right? Remember, he lives down the block because he's a double A cat. He comes out. He says, what are you all going to do? Gangbang me. So it ended now. He swung or he grabbed one. They all made their move. But this went on for at least 3 minutes, the fight. And the bell was going for ages, the alarm. It ended, Shaun, with him with his fingers pointed down in the press-up position, with them all on top of him, with him locked onto one of their legs or whatever. And I could see his fingers like he was in the press-up position and he was talking to me through the door, the hatch. I was going, Gary. I said, you all right? And he was looking, he was going, yeah. He goes, they can't hurt me.
And what had he done?
And they opened the door and gave me the bread roll an hour later. I'm saying. Shaun, I never saw that. I saw many in that way.
What had Gary done?
He was just trying to get me.
No, I mean to be in prison.
Oh, at that time, Gary had a load. He had lots of charges then, but he got found not guilty of the murders that he didn't do, the ones that they've got him on now, Shaun. And he had a couple more shootings in nightclubs and whatever and all that. But Gary beat all those cases, and he ended up getting 8 years for a road rage thing. That's all he got found guilty on, and he got 8 years. And that was when he came to the gateys from that time in Scrubs when we was together in 95.
Was a weapon involved in the road rage thing?
No, I don't think there was. Or I think that maybe it might have been. No, you can't quote me on that. I can't remember, Shaun. I can't remember, but I know he only got 8 years. And that was his stint in the gateys. And then when he came out, he ended up getting the old charge because they changed the legislation to get him found guilty. If you wanted God's honest truth, they stitched him up, really, Shaun. That's another matter. But because you couldn't do double jeopardy before, and then they had to go to Parliament to go and change it and whatever. But,